HM Agra, how you doing? How's everybody doing? It's another perfect Sunday. Hopefully, this fades right in. Yeah, it does. Beautiful. I love it when it works. It's still sort of a surprise every time. Every time things go smoothly with XSplit or OBS or whatever I'm using, I'm always kind of, I wouldn't say amazed, but it's in the neighborhood. Right, so let's get this turned on. Why don't we have that right now? There we go. So we got that now. Where were we? What were we doing end of the last episode? I think the JCB was done. And we need to send them to... well, let's look at the map. Are all these fields... Yeah. Field 7. We've got... Oh, that's right. We've got our little leased class down here. And then we've got Field 2 and Field 6. So, let me see. What do these fields need? I'm not going to worry about weeds. I'm not going to worry about fert. So we'll get our class going on... We'll finish up the rest of Field 7 manually. And then we'll get our class going in Field 6. Right? Because this still needs plowed. And then... cultivated. Turn all these off. Then we'll need to do Field 2 and Field 6. We'll need cultivated as well. Okay, so we'll hop in the class. We'll finish up Field 7 and then put the class into Field 2 or Field 6. Come over here and jump in the JCB and get that started on Field 7. You know what? We could get the JCB started on the top of Field 7 right now because it'll take a while for it to make its way to the bottom. And in the meantime, we can finish off in the class and then head around and up to Field 2. Yep, let's do that. All right. I don't know my way around this map. It's going to take me a minute to find everything again. Wow, we're getting a lot of stutter. You see that? I like that. Let's see if we can sort that out. And that's going to be here. No, I'd have to do that back at the main menu. All right, we're going to, I don't know. We're going to see how things go. If that becomes intolerable, we will sort it out somehow. All right, and we get out of here over there, I want to say. And you know what? On our way out, we can get this little row right here where we missed. And I believe we've got a power harrow on that drill that we're using, the little one we have on the Ford. So we can always, anything that we missed in this field, like those little random cotton plants right there, anything that we missed, that power harrow will take care of it. Let's get this. This is kind of a big row that the hired worker missed. So let's get this sorted out. And then we go out there. That's the gate. All right. Yeah, it's interesting to be back in 19. And I don't know, I guess I was sort of chatting with somebody in Discord. I never hated 19. I was disappointed with it when it came out. The game went in a different direction than what I was anticipating. But I didn't hate it, and I respect that Giants has to do what they've got to do. And I think the biggest part of their fan base for Farm Sim is a more casual player. So it didn't surprise me that they... Well, in hindsight, I guess. Yeah, after the game was released, when I saw what direction it was going in, it wasn't difficult to understand why they did what they did. To move it maybe in a little bit more of a console direction. But I get it. Business is business. And most of their players are more cash. So that's cool. But I didn't hate the game. And yeah, how are you feeling about that? I don't know how that looks on stream. Is that really stuttering badly? Let me take a look. I'm watching out of the corner of my eye here. I'm right on the fence about going back into the main menu and trying to do something about that. All right, we'll let it roll a little while longer. So we want to go to the left here, down this way. There we are. So yeah, I didn't hate 19. It just, I played it, I see that I put like 700 hours into it. So I did play the game. And I'm not going to say that I hated every minute of those 700 hours. I played the game, I enjoyed it. But I don't know. When the Western Shore dropped, and I got in there, I think it sort of clarified for me how much I preferred 17 to 19. But then we played out the Western Shore. We put a lot of hours into that map. I think 200 hours was the final tally. And we needed to take a break. If not from FS19, at the very least from that map. And there's supposed to be a Western Shore V2, but at the moment... oh, and we want to go over here now. Okay, so we need to go over here and then very carefully kind of sneak our way past the class and get up to the top of this field. Yeah, we got some room here. So the Western Shore V2, I don't know. I mean, in a way, it's like we can sort of expect it. Like it's due. But at the same time, you know, modders, they make these things for us for free. So you can't really, you know, you can't ball bust a modder. And I'm just going to double check something because we do have, we've got a subsoiler on the class, right? So when we say cultivated, oh, dummy, this is already cultivated. Okay. So then I'm glad I checked that when I did. For some reason, I was thinking this had been plowed but not cultivated. Yeah, it's still a little bit early for me. All right, so we will not cultivate this field. We don't need to. And do we have any other arable fields? I want to say no. Yep, we don't own any other arable fields. Everything is grass for me. Okay, so let's drop this thing. Yeah, give me a minute here. I'll figure this out. Let's drop this thing. Drop. There we go. Let's drop that and return it. Right, and that is this thing right here. We're going to return that. Right, and then we're going to, you know what we could do? Let me double check some horsepower needs here. This thing requires 140 and our fast track is 175. Okay, so let's do this. Let's move the class around to get this thing into a better place. This subsoiler that's on the back of it. Let's get this into a better place, a little more convenient, and then we will drop this thing. We'll return the class as well. We'll put this thing on the JCB, right? Yes, let's get this thing back over here somewhere. Yeah, put this thing back here. Thinking. No, let's not do that. Let's get, I think, if we take a look down here one more time. Who still needs plowing? Needs plowing. Just field 6. Okay. And then this is grass, is it not? Yeah, field 7-8 is grass. Just confirm. It is. Okay. So only field 6 needs plowing. But then we need to cultivate it. Well, let's just do field 2 as well. And then that'll delay it for one more season. All right. You know what I mean? At the moment, field 2 does not need to be plowed. But if we do it now, it will add one more season to the cycle. And we'll get the cultivator bonus anyway. So rather than plowing and cultivating separately, we'll just do it with this subsoiler. And that'll do both at once. All right, I'm finding my way back into the flow of the game. And there's a gate here. I hope there is. Yep, there is. All right. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Do I have VSync turned on or off? I wonder if that's why we're getting all that. I don't know. It's just kind of a weird effect. so we get this sorted out here, and key commands are coming back to me. I'm starting to remember some of them. So we're just going to go on a dumb worker here. Right about like so. All right, and then we'll confirm we got a dumb worker. We do. Turn that off. There they go. And any little ragged bits here, I can come in and clean that up manually. Okay, cool. So now we'll hop in the JCB, and what we can do with the JCB. So I was thinking initially we would return the class, put the JCB on the subsoiler, but we still have a fert spreader down at the farm, and we can fertilize some grass fields. Just so we mix it up a little bit during the episode, and we're not doing just the same thing continuously. And I will probably wrap up, depending on how things go, depending on how many people show up. What I may do is wrap up continuing to plant wheat in field number 1. We've got the Ford up there with that drill on it. So, yep. But it is cool to be back in this game, I have to say. And having stepped away from it for 10 months, you know, coming back to it, it's not a bad game. It's not necessarily what I was expecting when it was released, but it's not a bad game. And having spent all the time that I did recently in cattle and crops, I think that's also obviously not a bad game. I do enjoy it, but it needs a little work, I have to say. At the moment, it needs a little bit of work. It's a little bit ragged in some ways. And to me, it feels a little bit unbalanced. I know there are people that... I think about this with all games. A game drops, somebody plays it, and they're like, yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Forever and ever, that's my game. And I'm sure there are people that feel that way about cattle and crops. It is exactly what they've been looking for in a farm sim. And they are just 100% all about that game. There are a lot of things about it that I really do like, and there are a lot of things about it that I have been wanting in a farm sim. And since there's really only one kind of serious farm sim, right, the one that we're in, then I guess you could say we've been wanting to see these things brought into the farm sim franchise. And we may get some of them with precision farming, but I don't know how many of them we're going to get. I don't know if it's going to be as comprehensive as cattle and crops. And honestly, I don't know if I want it to be. You know, I feel like I needed, in cattle and crops, I feel like I needed something in between sandbox and career. I was looking for a way to automate some of the fertilizing. You know, maybe we would still have to do all the calculations. Maybe we would still need to do all the sort of scanning, you know, and measuring. But that there would be a way to put more of that on the worker, rather than feeling like we just needed to spend hours and hours and hours fertilizing. Hang on, let me take a look at something here. Are we running... Sometimes reshade binds in, sometimes it doesn't. Let's see if we have... Yep, it's running. So this is what the game looks like with reshade. Let me turn it off. Oh. And this looks kind of washed out to me. But then when I turn the filters off, it really, you know what I mean? Looks kind of flat and dead. All right, so we will go pick up our fert spreader, and then we'll see what fields still need a layer. And I think our grass fields do. So we can explore a little bit, find the gates to those grass fields, get a layer of fert down. And did we... Yeah, I think we leased our fert spreader as well. So we can empty that thing out and get it returned, so we don't have to keep paying rent on it. Through there, carefully. Leave the road just a little bit. And I think our spreader is right in there. Yep. back up to get this thing. And then figure out what fields we own and what fields need FERT. Right here. Whoa. All right, and this has about 1,000 liters in it. Okay, let's take a look here. So field 40. So we got to go back here. We got to turn grass on, and then go here. Fertilize. So field 40. Well, that works. 40, 7, 8, and 7, 7 can all take FERT. And I believe we're at the entrance to field 40 right now. I'm going to back into it because we're already at the gate. But if we look here... Yep. We'll just back up into field 40. And I did get... I think I got field guidance sorted out. I've been using the VCA guidance. I was concerned that running field guidance and VCA at the same time would, I don't know, cause some kind of problems. Hang on. Oh, that's interesting. Field 40 has a hedge in the middle of it. Or are we in 41 right now? Hey, God. Yeah, we're in 41. Okay, how do we get into 40? Interesting. How do we get into field 40? This is something that I really do like about UK style maps. You gotta find your way around. All right, let's take a look. Take a look here. Oh, that was easy. All right, well, we needed to hop out to get the gate anyway. So there's that. Back in here. There we go. So yeah, I got field guidance. I got that sorted, and I got Proceed running. I wasn't able to get the HUD to pop up, so I wasn't even sure if it was running or not. And it looks like at certain points as we were working, we did have half row shut off toggled. And also I kept messing with the tramline distance. But because I didn't have the HUD up, I couldn't see, right? I couldn't see any values changing, so I didn't know whether we had any of that stuff on or not. But we did a little bit. And once I got the HUD up, I was able to get everything sorted out. So we can use those two. If we hop back into Ford and continue working, we can get some of that sorted out as well. And I think we can go straight north-south. Yeah. Just up here like so. But not like so. And then if we go... Oh, I forgot the commands already. Is it Control S? Alt S? It's not Alt S. I may have to look. Yep, I'm gonna have to look in the menu. Forgot the key command already. It is field guidance, scrolling. Guidance steering. Here we go. Left Control S. Did I not do that? I thought I did. Okay. Left Control S, and then to turn it on is left Alt X. All right. Left Control S. That is left control, and that is S. Let's do this. Are you kidding me? Huh. All right, do we need to... Is this where we need to turn on the GPS? Course play, guidance steering. Left Alt X. Reline track. Yep, for some reason it's not. Left Alt C. And then left Control S. Let's try this. What? Left Alt. I have no idea what's happening now. Left Alt C. Left Control S. I'm truly baffled now. So if we go here, what do we get up top? VCA settings. I don't want VCA. Toggle steering mode. Yeah, I'm at a loss. So guidance steering. This is right down here. Right? Guidance steering. Toggle guidance steering. Left Alt C moves us in and out of the cab. I don't know why that's happening. And then there's that goddamn flute song. I swear that song haunts me. It plays so often. It's a mystery. All right. So we don't have the guidance steering menu. And we don't have the guidance steering. Yeah. Very much at a loss right now. I mean, I assume I have it turned on. We need to go back to the main menu anyway, so let's just do this. I hate to, but let's just do it, and we'll get the class restarted. So first thing we'll do. I thought it did. I thought it did. And we need to go here. Let me see. We want to go here. VSync is on. You want to try with the VSync off? I don't know. I'm feeling like we've really got some bad stuttering. Let's turn this down a little bit. Let's turn that off. Well, I'm going to take a look right now. I thought I did. And I'm not able to turn it on. So if we go back here, go to career mode, it is guidance steering, right? So we go down to guidance steering. Yeah, it's on. Guidance steering is activated. But I'm not able to turn it on. No, I'm not watching my own stream equalizer. I'm watching, like, in the game itself, it's stuttering. But I don't know where XSplit is grabbing the capture. I don't know if it's grabbing it upstream or downstream of where I'm seeing that stuttering. Okay, so let us hop back in. I got to tab a little bit. Let's hop back in here, right, and get this guy going. Right. Continue on their way. GPS is not active on this vehicle. So it is active? Oh, you're right. You're right. Okay, so we need to take... Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. We need to take this thing to... is there a shop on the farm? This will give us an opportunity to explore a little bit. I'm trying to remember if there's a workshop on this end of Purbeck. Yep, you are absolutely right, Equalizer. I completely forgot about that. Maybe. But you know what? We need more FERT anyway. So what we could do... You know what we could do? We could drive to the store, refill our spreader. I know there's a... Yeah, let's do that. I know there's a workshop at the store. Yeah, this is Knaveswell. And in FS19, they're calling it Purbeck Valley. But this is Knaveswell from 15 and 17. Yeah, it's a really nice map. It's nice to be back on it. And I feel like it's one of those... I don't know. I mean, maybe spending all the time on one map in Cattle and Crops really made me miss the variety of places that you can farm in the Farm Sim franchise. Now, even just in base game, in either 17 or 19, you have kind of a spread, right? You got different types of places versus that one relatively small map in Cattle and Crops. But yeah, I burned myself out. It's my mistake. But I wanted to get familiar with this again before the precision farming DLC drops. Just like what we're doing right now, right? Like somebody just pointed out to me, you have to install it when you buy the tractor or at a workshop. So I'd rather do this now so that when the precision farming DLC does drop, we have all this out of the way. And I'll sort of relearn the sim. All right. It's so tight. Yeah, they are. The way that I continue to think of Cattle and Crops and the Farm Sim franchise is it's like Project Cars 2 versus iRacing, or Forza versus iRacing. One of them is very realistic, but it's so realistic that in some ways it's less fun. But there are times when you want that realism. The other one is a lot less realistic. It's a lot less accurate, but it's fun. It just works. It's fun to play Forza. You know, it's fun to play BeamNG. It's fun to play Wreckfest. You don't always need total realism. Although, there are plenty of times when I want a lot of realism. So it's nice to have both options. I really hope that Cattle and Crops gets more content. But from what I've seen about modding to date, I don't know when we can look forward to big mods for Cattle and Crops. I think the way that mods are implemented right now, it's got some people kind of scared off. And that's why there are so few mods. And no maps that I know of. No maps really on the horizon that I've heard about. Alright, so we're going to lower this thing. And drop it. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Equalizer. My term for it is feelism. It doesn't need to be realistic. It just needs to feel realistic. But still be fun. Alright, so we want to... I guess we can repair this while we're here. Why not? And then we'll customize GPS. You're a genius, my friend. Thank you. 15 grand for that. God. Yes. Yes, I do. Yeah, something like Train Sim World. It's not realistic at all, but it feels realistic. You know, pretty close. And I played a... If you're new to the stream, you might not have heard me talk about Zusi, but I played Zusi a few times. Zusi is a train simulator that it's actually used to train, to like teach train operators in Germany. It's that realistic. And I've found it to be not super fun. It was too realistic. There were too many things going on. And I don't speak German. So, you know, Train Sim World is not nearly as realistic as Zusi, but it feels realistic enough. And it's fun. So it's definitely a balance. A truck sim is really not very realistic. But we play it and we love it. Oh, that's beautiful. It's a perfect division of labor, my friend. I get to do all the cooking. Because I love to cook, and they tell me I'm good at it. So I do all the cooking, and my girl does all the supervising. And I think because we were a little bit under 1,000 in here, and this thing holds, what, 3,200? So I think, yeah. Yep, we're able to get 2 full bags in, and we'll get turned around. Yeah, this game has definitely, I would say, maybe not the game itself, but I think the mods have evolved quite a bit. I still haven't seen anything like more realistic for it. So the tractors, compared to Cattle and Crops, the tractors do feel a bit floaty. They feel like go-karts. But Wobster brought in, well, VCA has expanded, and there's field guidance, and there's Proceed now. And those are some of the mods that I was missing for the first few months of 19. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Narrow lanes. First few months of 19, we were missing those mods. They did not get ported over very quickly. But they have been now, and yeah, I mean, it's different than 17. But it's still the Farm Sim franchise, you know? It's still the old reliable. And it's nice to get back into some of the mods that I modded. When I reinstalled the game, I was really pleased to see that I didn't delete these. I did keep a folder of them on my backup drive, and I was able to bring back in some of my favorite mods, the T-dubs, this JCB, a lot of the 4D stuff that I've made some small edits to. And again, that's something that or at least I haven't figured out a way to do that with Cattle and Crops. And when I say these things, please understand, it's a comparison, but it's not a complaint. It's not a criticism. It's just an observation that, like, if I wanted to paint this tractor, I could do that this afternoon, right? And we could have a branded tractor. In fact, you know what? I might do that. We could have a branded tractor in Farm Sim. To do that in Cattle and Crops, I wouldn't know where to start. I guess the first thing I would have to do is license C4. I'd have to buy a license for C4 Tombstone. So, yeah, it's, I don't know. It's just fun to be back in a sim that I've spent this much time in. And when I say that, I don't know. I mean, I tend to think of Farm Sim as FS19. But I guess the whole franchise is sort of, I don't know. I mean, is it at Call of Duty status? Is it at Assassin's Creed status, where there are some really good years and some not so good years? Are the differences between the different years in Farm Sim that profound? I prefer 17 to 19. But nobody's making content for 17 anymore. There's only a few people making mods. And I got a mirror flicker too. I know I set mirrors to, I think we're on 7 or 10 or something. We got plenty of mirrors. Is that what we want right there? Yep. All right. So we will try this again now. I bet it all works great once you set it up properly. All right. So we'll go right in here. Backing off the scaling and turning off VSync got rid of the stutter on my end. It is buttery smooth now. Alright. And like so. And then back around here. Alright. And what was it? It was left control S to turn on the menu? Yeah. And the current working width on the spreader is 24 meters, so we want to set our field guidance to 24 meters. Like that. Right, like that. Okay. So, left control S. Control C. There it is. And then left control S. Beautiful. All right. Auto width. So, can we swap this over to metric? Oh, you know what? I wonder if that's because we're in miles, because we're in the UK, and that's why it's defaulting to feet. All right, headland mode. I don't think we need that for now. No offset. I think we're good. Maybe not. Bobet. And we need to reset. How do we reset? Back here, yep. Guidance steering reset. Oh, this is, we need to do the A-B thing. That's right. Okay. We need to do the A-B thing. Okay, so we go here. We're going to set A. Line method set A-B, A plus heading. Let's try this one. We've done the other one time. Let's try this one. DB straight. Yeah, let's try this. Desired cardinal degrees. 0. Is that... Oh, okay, and we're good. That worked. That's easier. So let's back up a little bit. Right about to there. Right. And then left alt X. Turns it on. Beautiful. There's our speed. Start spraying. Here we go. Okay. And we can take our speed up a little bit. That's about right. And this field, it looks like it's straight north-south, but I feel like it's not quite straight north-south, but pretty close. All right. We're making progress here, little by little. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not doing this all like the morning of the 12th when that new DLC drops. I'm glad I'm figuring some of this stuff out today. Save a little time. And I think, I mean, I don't want to get too lazy with the overspray, you know? Down here. I don't want to get too lazy with the overspray. It's something that, I don't know, I found it really punishing in a good way, but I found it really punishing in cattle and crops that any overspray at all just scorches that part of the field. Whereas in Farm Sim, you can overspray all you want. You can't over-fertilize fields. So, you know, trying to play realistically. But we may cut a few corners. You know how that happens. But we'll keep it to a minimum. All right. So right down here. And then like so. Carefully. There we go. Still streaming? Still streaming. Okay. My preview just cut out. And I never know what that means. I never know if that means that my preview is buffering on my laptop or if the stream is dead. I have to say I'm really liking XSplit compared to OBS. That mirror is flickering too right there. That little top mini mirror is flickering. I really like XSplit compared to OBS. I know a lot of people swear by OBS. I had decent luck with it, but it was never that great for me. I always felt like I had some problem every stream, and it was stuff that I never really seemed to make any progress with. I never really got a lot of those problems solved. Go. And we were right at, I want to say 3,000 liters. I think we're going to use about 1,000 for this field. And then we've got 2 more left. Both of them are a little bit smaller than this one. But I think we have some other arable fields that need work as well. And it looks like our class is nearly done. So we'll see if we can time this all and just keep everybody working. We don't have the Ford working at the moment, and that's a tractor that we own, so we'll need to figure that out. I'd rather use our own equipment than lease and have our equipment sitting, but I think because some of the things that we're doing right now require a little bit more horsepower than the Ford has, we're kind of stuck with this, but not terrible. All right. There we go. And we're going to have, no, that's more or less a whole row right there. I was thinking that was half a row on the side, but I think that's a full row. We'll be okay coming down there as well. We'll have a little bit of overspray into that field next door. I don't know what we would call that, our neighbor's field. But not too bad. I've completely lost my preview now. By the way, I don't know what is going on. So I'm flying blind here. Right. And yeah, this is definitely a half row. I'm just going to manually steer down the side of the fence here because we'll need to go around these trees. All right, well, there's that overspray. But not too bad. I mean, we're almost exactly on the line, so not too bad. And we'll skirt out around this. And then back in here. All right, I got to get my previews sorted out because I can't see anything right now. All right, so the sprayer is stopped. Set the brake here, and let's see what's going on with this. Yeah, I'm going to, I don't know if this is like a buffering thing or what. I'm just going to restart my laptop and get this going. Because I can't see the chat either. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Laptop is online. We've got internet, but it's not grabbing YouTube. So I can't see the chat at the moment. We'll just let that cycle a little bit, and in the meantime, I will drive over to. Where do we want to go? We go to, oh, there it is. Just woke up. Let's go to field 7-7, and I think we get there through this little lane right here. Or we can do 7-8. So we got to figure out how to get there. Okay, so we'll leave this field, and we'll go down to field 7-8. All right. And I'm going to leave this on for the moment. Just leave the field guidance menu on for the moment. It's not too much in the way. Do I know which mod breaks vehicle control? I don't. I've been away from the game too long. Have you taken a look at your game file and your crash file? Sometimes that'll give you an idea of what's causing things to break. You can see it like trying to load something and not being able to, and that's kind of a giveaway to like what mod is causing the problem. So we want field 7. Let's drive down there. We want field 7-8 rather than walking all the way down and walking all the way back. Let's drive down there. that open. And it's not, this is 3.7 right here. Is it this one? No, that's just some fool's driveway. It's not there. Here somewhere. Maybe. We'll find it. What controller does what, brother? There it is, right there. Right in here. There we go. If you're on PC, you would look in just your main install file, and there should be one TXT called it may be called game, well, look for either game.txt, crash.txt, or log.txt. That's on the PC side. Henri, what's happening? On console, HMagra, I don't know where you would find a crash file. But, is that mod even available on console? It's pretty scripty. I don't know if it's available as a... Whoa, this is like the edge of the world here. I don't know if that mod is available on console, but on PC, just take a look in your main install folder. There should be several TXT files in there, and one of them may have some info about what's causing the crash. All right, so we want to go, I mean, we're just about lined up, so we can do that, and that, and that. Here we go. I think we'll have enough with what we put in this spreader. You're on PC? Yep, take a look in your main install folder for those TXT files. And it would be, it's typically the final entry, right? Because that's when the game crashed. So that's when it stopped generating that file. So it's typically like the final entry or down near the bottom. And just look for, I don't know, there's sort of a mystery. But you may see, it may say error or like unable to load or something not found. And then sort of trace that back. You know, it may point to a specific mod, or it may be calling a texture or something. There's no like hard and fast rule to it, but very often those TXT files can tell you exactly what was happening at the moment the game crashed, and that will sort of put you on the right track. The other way to do it, unfortunately, is just to turn mods off one at a time and make the game crash over and over. That works, you know, process of elimination, but it can take a long, long time if you've got a lot of mods. All right. There we go. And I think, yep, I think our worker's done. So when we're done with this field, on the way to field 7.7, it's kind of down that way, we'll get our class going on that last field that needs plowed and cultivated. And then I think all that will remain is the corner of field 2, I think, field 6. Oh. Here. Field 7 has that little triangle bit at the bottom that still needs done, so we'll get that knocked out as well. And our Ford is right there, over our left shoulder in field 1. That may be too many mods, brother. I would think about going through there and maybe cleaning some of those out. Yeah, 1,500 mods. I think there've got to be like redundant mods in there, and broken mods, and edited mods, and duplicate mods, and yeah, that's asking for trouble. Thin that mod folder out. I would say that's a good first step. All right, do we want to mess with this little corner bit over here? I don't. Let's leave that. All right. So we'll turn this off. Let's take a look at what we fertilized so far and what we have not, just to sort of keep track of things. Grass is on. Grass is on. If we go here. All right, so we've got 4-0 is a grass field, 7-8 is a grass field, 7-7 is a grass field. Let's move the class down to field 6, right? Because field 6 needs plowing, and it needs cultivating as well. Yeah, let's do that. So we'll drive out of this field, we'll drive down to field 7-7 and park, and then we'll run over to field 6. There's an app. I want to say it's made by Thomas something or other. I can't remember the last name. But when you install it, when you use it, it's like Mod Manager by Thomas something. But I use that because it's a really easy way to spot like duplicate mods and redundant mods. It's a way to sort, if you have multiple mods with different version numbers, it's very easy to go through and see like, you know, this is 1.0.0.1, 1.0.0.2, right? And you can delete all the low number versions. So yeah, think about a mod manager. I mean, I'm trying to like keep it lighthearted when I tell you this, because I don't know you and I don't want to like tell you what to do, but 1,500 mods it really is asking for trouble. I mean, it's just too many mods. All right, so we'll pull this right in here to get it off the road. I can go right there. All right, carefully. We'll go over here and get this sorted out. Are we going the right way? Yeah, we go through the gate here. And then our class is like right over there somewhere. And yeah, I will have to come in off camera. Probably clean up a little bit of this. Now we're running... I didn't think we were running a green manure mod, but I feel like these fields are getting one layer of fertilizer from the stubble. So, I mean, I'll take it. I just don't know what mod we're running that's giving us that buff. All right. And how's this thing on fuel? Almost full. Perfect. Right about there somewhere. All right. Oh, I just noticed something. So when we were in the JCB, if you look down in the lower left corner, it just says 36 miles per hour. I believe that's the current cruise control speed. Oh. But in the JCB now, next to that, it has our heading. It used to be you got that all the time. But I think the way field guidance and VCA are set up now, you only get that value if you selected a GPS system when you bought the tractor or leased the tractor. So you can't you can't see your heading in the lower left unless you have a GPS equipped tractor. That's a nice detail. I like it. All right. So now over here. All right. And this field is more or less square as well. Kind of north-southy. And I'm going to do this. So let's start over here. Yeah, let's start over in this corner. Over here somewhere. Alright, that's not bad. It's pretty close to the edge of the field. I'll take it. Right, so we want like that, and like that. Here we go. And so the only thing we'll really have left to do after this is finish with the wheat. We can return the cloth, we can return the subsoiler, we can return the fert spreader. And then I think the only thing we'll have to do is hop in the Ford and keep drilling wheat. And that field, that's field 1, and we've got a 3 meter drill, so that's probably going to take a while. So what I'll do is I'll get all this other stuff done. We'll finish off the bottom of field 7 with the subsoiler. I'll hop in the Ford, we'll do, I don't know, a few rows, and then maybe we'll call it, because we've been going about an hour so far, and it is Sunday. So, yeah, maybe we'll do a little bit less of a stream today. But I can't imagine... I couldn't imagine drilling that entire field in a live stream. That it would be just that for probably an hour or more. I'm thinking that's a bad idea. So we'll do a little bit of it. But other than that, we really don't have anything else to do this early in the season. Well, we can explore a little bit. Maybe take a different way back from the store. Go out to... we can't really go out to the west. I mean, we can, but I don't know that there's a cutoff. Like if we go out to the sawmill and then turn north, there may be some little double tracks back through there to get back to the farm. I don't know. We'll take a look. We'll take a look. All right. Right over this way. And then down here. I didn't adjust the width on this, kept it at 24 meters, and it's been pretty close. I mean, the other side we have a bit of a gap, but over here, that's like right at the edge of the field. We'll have some overspray here, but not terrible, and I think, yeah, I don't think we own that on the other side there. Not yet. I don't think we bought that. Oh, we could do that as well. We could buy some animals. How much money do we have? We got, oh God, down to $100 grand. I don't know how this happened. We had 2 million pounds. Beginning of the last episode. Where's all my money? Alright, so right there. Turn that off. Stop here. We want to turn this off. Beautiful. Let's see how we're doing here. Did we... Oh, it's cultivated. Hang on. There we go. So that is done now. We could go... We could throw some fert in field 7. Field 7 and field 2. We can't do double fert yet in 40, 7, 8, or 7, 7 because they haven't grown yet. But we could put a second layer in 7, 2, and 6. I don't think we have... We got 800 on board. Let's go buy another 2,000 liters of fertilizer. And then we'll come back and work on field 7 and field 2. Because our cloth still has a ways to go with the small equipment that we're using. Alright. It's all making sense. And we go, from out here we go, let me see. To the left. Alright. Still looking for traffic. There's no traffic on this road, but I keep looking. Alright. Go here. Close that. And did we close this gate? I think we did. I don't think we have enough money to buy any of these farms. And I'm trying to remember. It's been long enough since I've played this game that I can say I honestly don't remember. Okay, we do own this. We do own one wool farm. We don't own the dairy yet. And this is 600. And this is 200. So, yeah. I mean, I'm so used to this farm from 17. I'm so used to this farm right here being our farm. But it's not right now. I mean, we could park vehicles there. There's nothing to stop us from doing that. But we don't really own this farm. So I think rather than doing that, for now, we'll park vehicles down here at the wool operation. Because we do technically own it. And if we wanted to, we could buy some sheep right now. And some... hay bales. That may be a possibility. Let's think about that. Where's the animal market? Jaden, what's happening, brother? Where is the animal market? Animal dealer. All right, let's do this because we're going not too far from there. So when we get down near the store, let's make a right instead of a left. Let's go to the animal dealer and get some prices on... If we wanted to get some wool going right now. Let's get some prices on animals. Okay. I don't know how many we'd be able to buy. Now, we do have the animal pen extension running, so we can just pipe in water. We don't need to haul water. It's a nice thing. So, yeah. All right. Let's think about this. I mean, I don't want to do things randomly, and I wasn't planning on getting into animals this year. So, I don't want to start with animals... Just because I'm trying to avoid drilling wheat on a live stream with a 3-meter drill. If we wanted to, we could put that on a worker. It's a nice big rectangular field. And because it is already triple fertilized, I don't think we need tram lines. I mean, we might though, because we're going to have to spray for weeds. So, yeah. Alright. I mean, the rig that I have... set up right now on the Ford is putting in tram lines at 24 meters. And I was thinking about fertilizer, but it is triple fertilized. Maybe we'll use that 24 meter tram line for the herbicide sprayer. Herbicide? Pesticide. Herbicide. Yeah, weeds. All right. And I don't think a worker uses Proceed. Does anybody know if they do? Does Proceed still apply? I'm racing. I mean, not really. A little bit, maybe. It is a fast track. But I'm not going too fast. I don't think so. I guess the easiest way to find out would be just to put that worker on... put that forward on a worker. No, I don't think it... I don't think it does. I don't think Proceed works, because I think Proceed is linked to field guidance, and your hired workers don't use field guidance. So yeah, I'm comfortable saying that the worker would not put in tram lines. All right, I'd rather do that manually. So what else could we do? We could drop the... maybe drop the subsoiler off the class and lease another drill. I don't know. That seems a bit reckless. We'll figure something out. All right, let's go take a look, get some prices on some animals. And I know I could have done this from the yard at the wool operation, but we need to explore a little bit anyway. Keep learning this map. So it is down here. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep, this is it right here. Carefully. And it's either in base game or it's in seasons. But we do have breeds now, right? Oh dear. Quickly. We do have breeds of animals now. And they eat different amounts and they produce different amounts, so let's figure out what we want for wool. Alright, so we park this right here. Turn that off, and where's the trigger? Back here somewhere. There it is. All right. Animal pens. Purbeck Valley Farm. I don't know what it's called. Bobet, please. It's called... It's got no name. Huh. All right. Well, I mean, I think it'll be the same price for both, but it's curious. Purbeck Valley Farm. Horse paddock, sheep field. Let's try here. So we've got the Dorset. Grows moderately fast, modest wool production, medium amount of feed. Relatively prolific. Medium breed, used for wool, grows slowly, doesn't require a lot of feed. I like it. Suffolk. Large breed, grows extremely fast, produces a modest amount of wool, requires a lot of food. Modest amount of wool, a lot of food. I don't like that. Produces no wool. That's no good. So these two are out. I think Merino is where we're at. So if we wanted to buy 20 of these, it would be $8 grand, and we have 100. We could do that. Yeah, we could definitely do that. All right, that's something to think about. We would need to, before we bought these, we would need to plumb in the water. Right? We need to plumb in the water up at the farm. We would need to bring some hay up there. Right? And then lease an animal trailer. Let's think about that. All right. Pull this up right here. Quickly. Gate closed. Oh. Guy just hit me. All right, so that is a possibility. We can get some wool going for 8 grand, which is not a tremendous investment. It's about, yeah, a little bit less than 10% of our bankroll at the moment. That's a possibility. And we do have, we've got plenty of grass. But I don't think we can, yeah, we can't sell anything at the BGA unless we buy it. And those are typically extremely expensive. So let's just keep our options open here. Let's focus on just continuing to fertilize. And once that's done, we'll decide what we want to do next. Am I going to the farm? I'm going to the store right now, Jaden. We just left the farm. All right. So we go right here. And I think, what do we have on here? 800, so 3,200. So we would want 2 bags of this. 1. And tweeze. So we'll get this filled up. Get this filled up. We'll head back. We'll do, what did we say? Field 7 and field 2. And we'll see how far along the class is by then. All right. So we're good. We're good. Here we go. And there's a decent amount of driving on this map, but I wouldn't call it a driving map. And some of this, I guess if we had invested our money a little bit differently, what we could have done is taken some of these consumables back to the farm. And so we'd only need to go back there to refill. And it's possible, because I really didn't investigate this yet, but it's possible that there is seed and fertilizer on the farm. And that we could have been filling up from there the whole time. But we'll see. And let's see right through here. There's like a big gray area on the mini-map. I've driven past it a dozen times and I haven't pulled into it yet, but I think that may be a placeable area. Comment on one of the vids. Oh, whoa. Yep. I think it's a placeable area. But again, in 19, if you want to build things in a placeable area, you have to buy it, do you not? So let's take a look here. And it's off here to the right. Yeah, like right up here somewhere. Right there? Nope, that's a field. Right up here, yep. All right. I wonder if this could be our farm. All right, if this could be our base of operations. We do own that wool farm. But I wonder if we could do anything in here. Is there it is. What? The trigger for the gate is really far back here. And it's not opening. Interesting. I wonder if we have to buy this area to be able to open that gate. I wouldn't mind owning this. It looks like, is there a back door? Yeah, there might be. Alright, well I gotta figure out how to get in here. I don't know. I mean, I just downloaded this map from the mod hub, and it's been available for a while, so I think if there was something like a broken gate... That's interesting. Oh, you know what? I was in the trigger for the one on the other side of the road. There we go. Wait, what? All right. I mean, I was just thinking if this was, if this map had bugs, it's been available long enough that they would have been fixed by now, but that's very curious. All right, so this gate is open now and we can't close it. All right, that gate is closed. One step at a time. That gate is closed, this gate is open. This is the placeable area. How much is it if we wanted to buy it? 200 grand. All right. So if we did want to build a BGA, we could do it there. And where is the other BGA? Biogas. How much is, if we wanted to buy this one, what's it cost? 370. So, I mean, it's kind of a wash because if we buy this BGA, we get 2 big fields, it's 370. If we buy this one, it's close to 200, and then we'd have to build our own anyway. That's something else to think about. We'll see if we can figure out, like, how we want to proceed with that. But we don't have enough money to do that anyway. All right, so we close that. Jaden, you all right, brother? What's going on? All I see is a lot of emojis. All right, so let's go do, what do we say? We're gonna spread FERT in field 7 and field 2. All right, and our worker, I think our worker is still working. Are they? Are they moving? I think our worker has stopped. All right, so we'll go reset the class and get them back to work. And then we'll spread FERT in field 7 and field 2. We'll see how we're doing on time, and we'll continue making plans. All right, so we want to go, we want to go to the right up here. Yeah, that's right. Oh, don't hit the sign. Don't hit anything, really. Ideally, hit nothing. And this field, I think, has 1 layer in it. There we go. Yep, it's got 2 layers. Okay, so 3.7 has 2 layers. These are our grass fields, so it's only 7, 2, and 6 that can still be fertilized. Perfect. Do I know any YouTubers? I mean, yeah. Like, do you mean, do I know of YouTubers? I do, a couple. Or do you mean, like, do I know any? And we go out and have a beer? I don't fully understand your question. And this is... where is it? I always miss... Here we go. This is field 7. Yep. So there's that one. And before we get started, we can start with field 2 and then work back to the exit. So we'll go park this up in field 2 and find out what's going on with the class. Ah, there seems to be a problem. Oh, that's terrible. Are you kidding me? Our worker made like 1 pass. Oh, game. They could have been working this whole time. Oh, cruel fate. All right. Let's get them. Let's do this. So we'll go in here. Turn that off. And I guess cut in some headlands. Come on, man. What kind of operation are you running here? Are they caught in the fence? Is that the problem? Nope. Not caught. Just dub. So we go back in here. We'll cut in a little headland on either side for them to work with. Slow this down. Right about there. Cut in a little headland. Make it easier for them. I'm still not entirely understanding the question. Do I know any YouTubers that I know of? I do know the YouTubers that I know of. I know them. Yeah, I've got a few YouTubers I've subscribed to. Not too many, but a few. And I'm going to make this turn. I don't know what the sharpest turn you would want to make with the subsoilers. I know if you go too sharp, you're going to snap the tines off. But I think you can get away with a little bit of a turn. All right. Close that. Back in here. All right. And we are on our way. And I would say the best way to do this is, because we've already got perfectly straight lengths across the top of the field, I think it might make sense to just make another horseshoe back down around the bottom. And then we'll have 2 widths of headland on either side. And hopefully that will be enough for our dumb worker. You know what I'm saying? To be dumb. If there ever is either a mod or a DLC or cattle and crops or who knows what, if there is ever compaction in this game that really punishes you for driving over a field that's been cultivated or plowed, I wonder how long it's going to take us to get used to that. Because we really are, I don't know, sort of spoiled that we can drive wherever we want, and it doesn't impact the harvest, doesn't impact the yield for a field. All right, so that's, I'll call that 6 meters, 20 feet. I'll drive across the bottom here. And I think that'll do it. So we'll watch a few cycles just to confirm that our worker is workering, not slacking. All right. So right about here, that is 270. All right, everything's good. Everything is not good, sir. Really? There they go. AI is something else in this game. But you know what? It's always been that way. So it's frustrating, but it is what it is. It's not... When the workers do something dumb, it's nothing to really be surprised at. If anything, I feel lucky that it is no longer the days where your workers would just, like, drive all the way across the map, causing damage the entire way. That was like FS19 AI. Alright. We'll see how they do down at the other end. There we go. So the hedges they can go through. I think the fence they cannot. So let's see how they handle this, if at all. Seems to be all right. All right. Now, what were we doing? We were fertilizing. So we go here. Back a little bit. Right about like, somewhere right about like in here. And then we want, what was it? Left alt C? Yep. And then we want to line this up on 360 or thereabouts, right? And then we need to go here. I'm trying to remember all this. We need to go here. Set A, set cardinal. Is that? That's it. Okay. Yeah, I like that system where it gives you an option to do it either way. I like that. Okay. Sprayer is on. Cruise control is on. Here we go. How are we doing on time? 90 minutes. Okay. We'll go at least another 30 minutes. And from there, I don't know. Figure out what we want to do. Our workers still working. That's nice. Yeah, it wasn't that big a field. I don't know. Yeah, I think they could have finished that in the time that they were sitting. It's disappointing, but it's not the end of the world. It's not really a big deal. Just all right. Over here. And then up here. Right. Seems like the cabin shake and the seat bounce have been cranked up a little bit since the last time I played this game. We are really... Our air seat is extremely active today, bouncing us all over. It's nice though. It's got a nice realistic feel to it. The tractors themselves, I have to say, don't have a ton of physics to them. But they've got a nice look when you're driving, or when you're working in a field. They've got a nice sort of realistic view, realistic bounce. And yeah, we'll call that a half row up the other side. All right. We do need to sneak out across field. Field 6 is where the Colossus is working. We need to sneak past them and get back to the gate, get that open, and get out. And get over into field 7. And this is definitely a half a row or less. Now this is something that's sort of missing from both of these. Maybe there's a way to do it manually and I just don't know what it is. But as far as calculating the width of a field in meters and then setting your broadcast spreader, right, so that it's like if it's a 48 meter field, you set your broadcast spreader to 24 meters and do 2 passes. And that way you don't have a ton of overspray. Try to sneak over here. I keep telling myself we got a power harrow on the Ford, so if I do drive across these fields a little bit, it's okay. The power harrow will sort that out. I know there's no real compaction in the game, but I'm still try to avoid driving on fields after they've been prepped. All right, so field 7, and then who knows what. Figure something out. I don't think we're quite ready to start wool yet. And we could put the pipes in, I guess. Maybe bring the hay bales up. Yeah, that's a possibility. All right. So if we come right through here and then stay over here. Yeah. There we are. And we still have to do that little triangle bit down at the bottom of field 7. I'll do that manually. Gonna make it just barely. Okay. All right. So now, how does this line up? Not bad. Not bad. It's right on the edge of the field. Perfect. So like so. I would say it's nice to be back in 19. Yeah. I wasn't really, I wouldn't say angry with the game when I uninstalled it, but I was definitely over it. And the way things went with my one experience with Global Company was really, really disappointing. And that's when I uninstalled. I thought maybe Global Company would add a little bit more depth to the game, but I felt like it was just running me all over the map, collecting items. Felt like I was playing a loot game. But yeah, it's nice to be back in. Well, it's nice to be back in Farm Sim at all, because once Cattle and Crops dropped, I was only playing FS19. When Cattle and Crops dropped, I stepped away from that. So I haven't played anything in the Farm Sim franchise for about 2 months, give or take. And I haven't played FS19 for about 10 months, so this is nice. Kind of refamiliarize myself with the game. And I'm so curious about the Precision Farming DLC. I really have no idea what to expect. Now, the DLC have been good. The Cavernaland and Beacon pack was good. The Borgo pack I haven't really played with yet because all the equipment is so big. I haven't really messed with that at all. But that was good. And then is it the Alpine farming, mountain farming? Oh, but that DLC is really good as well. The map is good. Even people that I know that aren't really into FS19, they prefer 17, have recognized that that's a good map. It really is. So they seem to be Giant seems to be making some pretty solid DLC as far as, what precision farming will be like. Unknown at this point. I can't say it's going to be awesome, but I'm also, if they continue the trend, if Giants continues the trend of their last several DLC that seem to be pretty well dialed, I don't know, maybe it'll be just fine. And as far as when the next farm sim is coming, that's hard to say. I mean, it's if what Giants figured was putting a lot of money into developing the next title in the franchise and having that title really not be all that different than the current one, if that's not worth it, that's good on them for figuring that out. I think there are too many franchise games that they really are identical to the previous one. I'm very much into the Milestone motorcycle sims, and MotoGP 20 is very similar to MotoGP 19. MXGP 20, I suspect, is going to be identical to MXGP 19. Monster Energy Supercross 3 was identical to Monster Energy Supercross 2. So you make a game like that, and it's not that it disappoints people, but you put a lot of money into, in the case of Milestone, making new pajamas for the new teams and new riders. But the game itself is the same. So if what Giants figured is, listen, we could spend $3 or $4 million developing FS 2021 and have it be identical to FS19, piss a lot of people off. Nobody likes it. It doesn't get good reviews. Or we can spend half that amount of money building DLC to keep the game fresh, because building a new game would really be no different than the old game, if that makes sense. FS 2021, and this is just hypothetical, I'm just thinking out loud, but if FS 2021 was exactly the same as FS 19, what am I buying? This does nothing for me. Versus keeping FS 19 the same and just adding DLC to it. So it's, I guess, from one perspective, you're losing nothing and gaining something. Whereas if you go the other route and create a new game that's identical to the old one, you don't have that DLC, and the game itself is no different than what people were playing before. So if that's the reason they decided to do it that way, good on them. I think it is equally possible that somebody figured out they could just make more money selling a ton of DLC rather than building a new game, but who knows? Who knows? And something else that I always lose sight of is these businesses are businesses, and they got to make money. They have to continue to be profitable if they want to be able to pay their employees and make new games. Sometimes I think if they gave fans exactly what they wanted, or if they gave a group of fans exactly what that group wanted, they wouldn't make enough money to stay in business. Sometimes the most vocal gamers, the most vocal players, don't represent the biggest part of their audience. All right, so we'll get this done, and where are we at on time? Coming up on 2 hours. Maybe we finish this off. Yeah, let's see how our class is doing on field 6. I think they're nearly done. Yeah, a few more passes here, and we will knock off this little end part manually, and we'll call it. Okay. In the meantime, let's take a look at our wool operation, because if this is going to be our main farm until we buy the dairy, we'll need to figure out how we want to do this. So it says it's over here. This looks like, I mean, we could maybe do a placeable in here. 1 or 2 little ones. All right. So go here. Great big barn for parking. All right. Is this a pit? Looks like it. Yep, it is. Okay. So do some silage right there. Another great big barn for parking. These are kind of tiny. I don't know what we would put in here. All right. On the other side of the highway, I did see an area with a trough. This is parking over here as well. All right. I think this is one of our sheep meadows. And I don't know if we're dropping hay in those. Let's look for a water trough. I know there's a water trough on the other side of the highway. And what I've seen more map makers doing is having the spawn. Yep, that's the field we fertilized. They've got the spawn for the animals separate from the yard. That makes sense. There's a German map that I played for the longest time. And where you, like the barn with the trigger for the animal dialogue and where the animals spawn is like 5 fields apart. All right, let me see if I remember how to do this. Customize. So we want to, let's put this movement speed. I'm just going to leave movement speed the way it is. Let's not get fancy. And we want to rotate. So we'll do that this way. Yeah, I'm just going to leave the movement speed slow. That's interesting. And it's got scale now as well. We can scale this? I don't even know what that means. All right, so I typically put this thing down on the end. Right there. All right. And place is... oh, we don't want to place yet. That's right. We don't want to place yet. We just want to go to the next one. So let's leave that right there. And then we will move this here. Oh, we got colors now too? I love it. So we'll put this over here somewhere. I see scale down at the bottom, and I don't know what that means. Can we adjust the size of these? It's not super critical for me. Just curious if we can. All right, so that goes right about there. We've got a nice gap. Nothing is overlapping. All right, design color. What? We get green, gray. Nice. Let's go with that. Like that color. Okay, and then confirm is A. Is that where we want everything? Yes. Beautiful. Okay, so that's done. Now all they need is food, and it's possible that these things out here, you know what? There's a way that we can find out. If we go right here, interactive zone markers. Let's see. Let's look around here and see if we can spot some caution tape. Over here. Anywhere. Over here. Not seeing anything. Let's go look in the barn. It may be up there. Anything around here? This could be it right here. Yep, that would make sense. I'm not seeing any markers for it, but that could be it. And that looks like fuel right there. Is this another pit? Golly, there are silage pits all over this map. Okay, that looks like, I would say that is a wool spawn right there. This is an animal dialogue, right? Because we've got, we've got the gate. So there may not be a marker for it, but I would think this is food right here. And if not, maybe it's down in that field somewhere. Okay. So we can turn these back off. See how the Colossus is doing? We'll finish off that little triangular field and we'll call it. It's over here somewhere? No, I don't think it is. Okay. Right on. They're done. And I just realized something. Just thought of something. If we go out here. We still need FERT on this field that we're in right now. Field 6. So let's do this. I'm going to go all the way up this side of the field to get these little places the worker missed. And then we'll come back down here. I don't know, cut in some kind of a headland on that little triangle patch. We'll put the worker on that, and then I'll go grab the JCB and we'll spread FERT in field 6, and then we'll call it. And get this little bit they missed as well. Yeah. All right. Right? Back to the JCB. Save game. Oh, careful. Easy. All right. And I don't know how far the JCB is going to get on that little bit. It may do okay. I may have to just do most of that manually. Not a big deal either way. They seem to be figuring it out. Right out of here somewhere. And we want to go, what was it? Alt-C. Right. And then set back. Like so. And 2 passes? Yeah, maybe. I can't tell if our worker's still working. I think they may have stopped. Yep, half row up the other side. Did they? Yeah, they did. They stopped. Oh, AI. What are we going to do with you? And that's that done. And I think, yep, we've got, as far as the fields that we can fertilize, all right, get the first layer on. I think those are all done. And everything is plowed. Everything is cultivated. I think some of these fields might need lime. Maybe 1 or 2 of them. We'll take a look and figure that out. All right. So, yep, Klaus, it did stop? It did not. Yeah, it did. Of course it did. It's AI. Of course it stopped. So, turn this off. Turn this off. There we go. Wrong button. Fat finger. Close this. And, yeah, I'll do this. I'll just knock this out manually. Off camera. Let's take a look. Yep, these all have 2 layers except for this little bottom part right here. We can sort that out. And grass fields. You don't put lime on grass. Is that correct? Yeah, I think I understand that to be the case. So only field 2 needs lime. We may lime it, we may not. And then everything else is cultivated. Right? Except for that little bit right there. And everything is plowed. Is that right? Yep, everything is plowed as well. Right, there you go. There you have it. We'll pick up tomorrow. I'm sorry, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be probably X-Plane. And then Tuesday, we'll hop back in here and we'll continue drilling, and maybe we'll get some animals going. Yeah, figure it out. All right, there you go. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate you. See you tomorrow for some X-Plane. Take care. Good night.